In the heart of a decaying town, nestled between abandoned buildings and twisted trees, stood an old mansion known for its dark past. No one dared approach it, except for Emily, a journalist with a taste for the macabre. She had heard rumors of the mansion's horrific history and decided to investigate, hoping for a story that would make her career. On a stormy night, Emily crept up the creaking steps of the mansion. The wind howled like a tortured soul as she pushed open the heavy, iron door. The interior was a labyrinth of shadowy corridors, each turn revealing more decay and neglect. Emily's flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. As she explored, she discovered old portraits with eyes that seemed to follow her every move. Suddenly, a cold draft swept through the hallway, extinguishing her flashlight. Emily fumbled in the darkness, her breaths coming in sharp, panicked bursts. The darkness was almost tangible, pressing in on her from all sides. Then, a soft, whispering voice reached her ears. "Leave before it's too late." Ignoring the warning, Emily pressed on, drawn to a dim light that emanated from beneath a heavy wooden door at the end of the hall. With a sense of dread, she pushed the door open, revealing a room filled with strange symbols scrawled on the floor and walls. In the center of the room stood an ancient, ornate mirror, its surface reflecting a strange, unsettling light. Emily approached the mirror, her reflection wavering. As she studied it, the reflection began to shift, showing scenes of violence and torment. She gasped as the reflection started to distort, revealing a figure behind her. Before she could turn around, icy fingers gripped her shoulders, and a chilling voice hissed, "You should have listened." Panicking, Emily spun around, but the room was empty. She turned back to the mirror, only to see her own terrified face staring back, but it wasn't her. The reflection grinned malevolently, eyes dark and hollow. Emily stumbled backward, her heart racing. The mirror's surface began to ripple, pulling her towards it as if it were a gateway to another realm. Desperate, she tried to pull away, but the mirror's grip was too strong. Just as she felt herself being drawn into the darkness, she caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure emerging from the corner of the room, watching her with a sinister interest. In a final, frantic effort, Emily reached for her phone and snapped a picture of the mirror. As the flash illuminated the room, the mirror shattered, and the grip on her loosened. Emily tumbled to the floor, gasping for breath, the broken pieces of the mirror scattered around her. When she looked up, the room was eerily quiet. The shadowy figure was gone, and the door was ajar, leading back into the darkness of the mansion. Emily staggered to her feet, clutching the phone with the photo of the shattered mirror. As she made her way back to the door, she glanced at the photo. To her horror, the shattered mirror was not reflected in the image. Instead, the photo showed a dark, endless void with countless eyes staring back at her. Emily knew she had to leave, but the mansion seemed to close in around her. The eyes in the photo seemed to follow her every step. She finally burst through the door and fled into the night, the storm raging around her. But as she reached the safety of her car, she noticed the shadowy figure standing silently at the edge of the forest, watching her intently. Emily's heart raced as she realized the figure was not alone. There were others, emerging from the darkness, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Emily drove away, but the unsettling feeling that the mansion was still watching her, waiting for her return, lingered. The photo remained on her phone, a chilling reminder of what she had seen, and the horrors that might still be lurking within that cursed mansion.